As soon as Russia attacked the Ukraine, many died, and thousands of people left Ukraine to find shelter in Europe. More than 27,000 refugees have arrived in Germany from Ukraine since the beginning of the Russian and Ukrainian war on February 24, according to Germany's Interior Ministry. Many others fled in other neighboring countries. Since the war news of Ukraine and Russia are in circulation, many believing it is a Gog-Magog war mentioned in Ezekiel 38. And many also think this war can also start the World War III. The world is trying to make some efforts to save Ukraine from Russian aggressive invasion, and trying to implement different strategies. One of them is to call Ukraine a no-fly zone. President Volodymyr Zelensky and other Ukrainian leaders have repeatedly pleaded with NATO and Western officials to impose a no-fly zone over Ukraine. But Russian President Vladimir Putin said on Saturday that he would consider countries imposing a no-fly zone over Ukraine as participating in the conflict. We will immediately consider them as participants in a military conflict, and it doesn't matter members of which organizations they are, Putin said in a meeting with flight crew members of Russian national airlines. In this situation, developing in between Russia and Europe can possibly lead the World War III. But at this point, NATO's Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg said on Friday that a no-fly zone is not an option being considered by the alliance. Some believe yet this is not a war of Gog-Magog, and they might have valid reason of saying that. The question what comes in my mind is that Gog-Magog incident is written in the Bible, and God has told us this will happen, then why are we getting panic? It is prophecy, and it has to be fulfilled before Christ comes. I think the reality is that we should not be panic and worry about this because we cannot stop it. The reason we cannot because it has been prophesied, and this need to be happened with God intervention. I think we are just curious to know if Russia and Ukraine's event fits in what it has been prophesied about. Many want to see it happening in real time, which is obvious to expect from a human mind. Curiosity is okay, but I think when we start seeing these things are happening, should we not visit our heart and check ourselves where we are fitting in the picture, because we know Jesus is coming soon, and when he comes, are we ready to be with him? That is the most important thing we should be worried about. We also should pray for these days that we may comfort each other and pray for each others, and also pray that many may know Jesus before he comes. We are near to coming of Jesus, and Bible prophecies are being fulfilled. The knowledge is being increased. Wars and rumors are being heard. Christian persecution is on the peak that ever before, and the same time many Muslims and others accepting Jesus more than ever before. Nations rising against nations, and kingdom against kingdom. Famines and earthquakes in various places are already happened and are still happening. Plagues are already covering the world. COVID is one of the examples of plagues. 2 Timothy 3 verses 1-5 says, "There will be terrible times in the last days. People will be lovers of themselves, lovers of money, boastful, proud, abusive, disobedient to their parents, ungrateful, unholy, without love, unforgiving, slanderous, without self-control, brutal, not lovers of the good, treacherous, rash, conceited, lovers of pleasure rather than lovers of God, having a form of godliness but denying its power." We can easily see these things happening around us, but do we know the real and exact time of his coming? Let us find the answer of this question from Matthew 24 verses 36-39. It tells us that no one knows about that day or hour, not even the angels in heaven, nor the Son, but only the Father. As it was in the days of Noah, so it will be at the coming of the Son of Man. For in the days before the flood, people were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, up to the day Noah entered the ark, and they knew nothing about what would happen until the flood came and took them all away. That is how it will be at the coming of the Son of Man. As we are sure about that, we do not know the exact time of his coming, but we all are sure about one thing, that he is coming soon, and as we see the Bible prophecies are being fulfilled, we can say that the time is approaching at the door. But again, question is, when time approaches at our door and door gets knocked, are we ready to come out and be with Jesus? Because he tells us in Matthew 7, "Many will say to me on that day, Lord, Lord, did we not prophesy in your name, and in your name drive out demons, and in your name perform many miracles? Then I will tell them plainly, I never knew you. Away from me, you evildoers." I hope we learn something from these wars and what is terribly happening around us. We need to love our enemies and pray for those who persecute us. We need to comfort each other in this distressful time. Let us pray for Ukraine and Russia that Lord will be done.
If you want to encourage and watch new videos, press thumb up, share, subscribe, and press the bell.